What is going on, guys? Oh my gosh, I forgot. Here we go. There we go. There you go. What is going on, guys? Welcome to Happy Hour Live. I am Dave, and I am definitely wearing pants because it looks like look at those clouds right there. It is now. See, I moved. I've got my light right here, and I moved just 5 minutes ago, and the light has changed. I can't. I can't win. Look at those clouds. Look at this. It is. Hey, yeah. It is looking like it's going to rain. Oh my gosh, we're gonna find out. We are gonna find out. So, I am in Earp, California. I made it a grand total of 30 miles for my first driving day. I know, it's a lot, but I excuse me, I'm in West Parker. If you haven't noticed that, and we, what is what is going on with me there? No, that's too much. Got to straighten out my head here. Looks a little gloomy. Yes, it does. I'm telling you. It wasn't this way about half hour ago, but it is this way now. Let's go ahead and say hi to everybody. Glad you guys made it here. X fired up. Congrats to Bill. He got the first in the house tonight. Glad to have you here, Bill. Don Cowboy Biker Adventures right there. I see you. Hey, did I get X fired up Cracker Box Palace? All in one. All in one. Just like that. Let's roll on down here. Market Chair is in the house saying happy Easter, everybody. Happy Easter, everybody. Our Vision Nomadic Living. That is Sean and Angie there. Right. Glad to have you guys here. Everybody is saying happy birthday. Ulrich Hayes, glad to have you here. WCRV Adventures. That's Wayne and Carrie right there. HC Carefree Highway. Howard and Cindy are here. Glad you guys are here. Sassy Pants for you, Miss Jen. How you doing? Oh, hey, yeah, okay. I moved, and now I'm. You can see the front of the coach right there, and now I'm catching some of the wind. So we're gonna see. Deny. I am denied today. As much as I tried to forget it, I got lots of happy birthdays. So thank you guys. Made it from the bed to the couch today. Oh, that does not sound good. Hopefully you're okay. Desert Gypsy, there's Miss Bonnie right there. Get that leg up. Get it up. And kick back. You don't have to do anything. You can relax and heal. She is doing great. There's Miss Pearl right there. Glad to have you here. Are you guys on the road? I don't know, Miss Pearl. Did you guys hit the road yet? I think they're close. I think you're close. Did you guys see the video? I haven't seen their latest video today. I haven't had time today, but the one before this, they got up to Oatman and did a little bit of camping in their new setup. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. Love that video, you guys. Nice job on that. Not yet. In a couple weeks. No. Hopefully you're not having trouble there. Or what's Bob doing now, I should say. So I don't know. I do not know. Well, we're going to see if we can make it through this without any rain. I am not afraid to put the awning out. It is a little windy though, so we're gonna try to make it through. We're gonna try to make it through. Guys, I left Quartzsite yesterday, and I was shooting for Lake Havasu, and I was going to stay overnight at the Blue Water Casino in Parker. Did you know they are not allowing free boondocking or lot docking in the parking lot there at the Blue Water? 35 bucks. 35 bucks to stay in the parking lot there. And I just thought, you know what? I am not going to do that. And we're not talking about hookups or anything else. Now, I can tell you, I don't know about you guys, when I go to those casinos to stay and they allow me to stay for free, I generally have spent a fair amount in the restaurants and in the casino, and not necessarily gambling. And I'm little disappointed with that, especially in Arizona. But reading some of the reports on Campendium, they've been that way since last year. So yeah, no. Yeah. I wanted to see Oatman since I'm gonna be going up there and doing Oatman again. Yeah, it is a great place. I love that. It is a regular stop for me. You guys, I think you went in from the Mojave side, Fort Mojave side, and that's beautiful country up there. I don't know if you saw any of those boondocking locations that you can actually get a coach into, but beautiful area, and I love me some donkeys. I'm not gonna lie. They've got, if you like donkeys, you got to get to Oatman at some point. So next exit also made it to Desert Bar. I think that was your first trip out to Desert Bar. And I thought that was fantastic. All the years of trying to get to Desert Bar, doing the rallies and everything else, you haven't had time. So it was kind of glad to see you guys made it out there to Desert Bar. Didn't look like you stayed very long, but yeah, you got in and got out before the traffic, and I think that was pretty good. So guys, I did a little, I think that video is oh my gosh. Okay, there is a hazard. Brother was open a few weeks ago. Some lady got kicked by a donkey and they had to call an ambulance. Yeah. Chance, if you remember Chance goes back a few years. He's been gone now a few years, but we were up at Oatman, and Chance decided where we were boondocking, not in town. And I generally let Chance kind of roam there. Well, some donkeys had come in. Chance got out the door, and he tangled with one of the males there that was protecting the females, and he did not get the better end of that. He sure didn't. I think he ended up with a broken paw, and he was resting it for a month and a half before he was walking straight again. So ever since then, he wasn't so quick to run up to donkeys. So I can tell you that couldn't have felt good. Couldn't have felt good. I was saying though, I did get into Quartzsite, and if you're curious what is left in Quartzsite, I think that video is done rendering. And I just took a last trip through Quartzsite before I left, and let's go ahead and we'll yeah, don't get too close to wild animals. You know, they come right up to you. You go to Oatman, they generally don't see people as a threat, and they get they come right up to you. You can feed them. Just sounds like somebody got on the bad side of a donkey there for just a second, and yeah, I can imagine that hurt. I can imagine that hurt. So let's take a look. If you're curious what's left in Quartzsite as of yesterday, let's go ahead and throw that up there. Well, if you recognize Canby Tools, this is right over there, and Burley's over there. There's Beer Bellies back in the back there, and the Ice Cream Man is still back here. The big tent that you would see at the end of January for the big tent event is all gone. The coaches from the sale are all gone, and people are clearing out. Now, I've never actually been down here after about the second week in March, so this is the very end of March, and all of these tents are all gone. A few people parking their cars in here. Back over here across the street, yeah, a lot of these sales tents are all cleared out. Just a few remaining ones. And you can pretty much, let's see if I can walk across the street, and you can see there's not much left of vendors that have really all cleared out. You can see all the way across. This is an RV park as well, so some of the rigs that are here are just here for the RV park. So, and I have even stayed here. It's about 25 bucks a night, and that's actually cheaper than going and dumping tanks and taking on water at RV Pit Stop. So let's take a drive through town. But yeah, I figured I'd show you what all is left here. The electric bike guy is still here. He's still got plenty of electric bikes, but I noticed there's a buy one, get one free on the electric bikes. All the rock sales, things like that, they're all gone. And from what I understand, around the 15th of the month is, if you ask any of them, they said their last day is the 15th. And they pull out, and they will all be gone. Go take a look and drive through town here and see who else is left. Hang on, guys. The traffic is pretty light. Not much. La Mesa lot over here, that was filled with coaches not a month ago. Those are all gone. Let's drive on down here to Silly Al's and see how busy it's getting there. I was gonna say we're going down to Silly Al's, but I noticed this lot has pretty well cleared out. There's a couple. He looks like he's here for the duration. I don't know. That's a lot of stuff right there. Couple of tents here and there. Not much. Not much. And yes, you can still find some rocks here, and there's even some firewood over there. I imagine these folks stay for the duration. I don't even know what it would take to move all of this out. Normally you can't drive back through here. It's all filled with tents and people selling stuff. Porta-John's had a better day. It has been a little windy here. I have a feeling that blew over in the last windstorm. Silly owls. Normally it's hard to even get a place to park here. And you know what? They're still busy. Although I could probably find some place to park now, but they are still busy. So I don't know if Silly Owls actually ever slows down completely. Maybe this is their slow period. I'm not sure. Now it is only noon, so people here for lunch. But yeah, they still get the crowd. They still get the crowds at night. So let's head on down the road. Looking at any of the RV parks, they're still pretty full. But you can see there's a lot of space if somebody wanted to come spend some time here now. During the Big Tent, that's usually full. There's 88 Shades RV Park. That one's got a few spots available, but it's still a lot of people there. To coming down by Ken's Grocery down here. Still a little bit going on down here. Still a little bit. Grocery. This one goes all year long. He doesn't actually pack up and leave. A lot quieter. Let's take a trip down this way, and I need to get some gas and maybe a visit to the Cactus one more time before we get out of here. No line at Patty's for propane. Be a good time to get propane. New building going in right there. I don't know what that building's gonna be. No idea what that one's gonna be. But all these lots down here have all cleared out. Some of these haven't filled since before COVID, so they've been empty for a few years now. Generally, the cheapest gas is at the Arco down here, so we're gonna probably get some gas over here before we leave, and then we'll go and visit the Cactus one more time. $3.43 for regular. Doesn't seem that bad. I'll take it. Get a little goat juice, a little bit. And the cactus is still standing. Wasn't sure if I was going to see the cactus again, and I figured let's take a trip over, one last trip around Quartzsite. I gotta check out the cactus one more time. She's showing her age, and no idea if she's gonna be here another year and a half before I get back. You can see the trunk of it is pretty torn up by birds and wildlife. So yeah, sure hope it's still here the next time that I get over here. Let's get one last shot with the cactus. It's not a sunset, but still good. Just like that. Most everybody has pulled out of Quartzsite. Couple few people still here, but it's looking pretty quiet. Yeah, I'm gonna miss that cactus. Gonna miss that cactus. Stay standing, little cactus. Just keep on. That's gonna be it for me. I need to get out of here. I think the next stop that I'm gonna have is Lake Havasu. Oh, and it's time to get out of the Southwest. Not too hot today, my little cactus, but time to go. Time to roll. Well, we'll give you a couple shots probably on the way to Lake Havasu, but otherwise we will see you guys actually it's Saturday, so tomorrow is the live. I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Take care, guys. Bye, little cactus. I have to say, getting out on the road, my first unusual morning, the very first morning, Earp, California. Decided to stop in Parker on the way out and try out a BLM camping area up here in Earp, only about 30 miles north of Quartzsite. And it rained last night, and this is the morning, waking up to it. Foggy. Like I said, everything is in bloom right now, and everything seems green. That's because there's been so much rain this year than any other year. Even the cactus are having a good time with it. Not used to seeing so much green and flowers all over the desert. It used to be a one-time thing, or every now and then, called a super bloom. This year it just keeps going on and on. I got to get to Lake Havasu today and hopefully get this video out or have it ready for the live anyway, because it is Sunday morning. But I figured I'd share this morning with you. I've got my coffee, I got my shower. I'm good. I'm good. There you go. There you go. That's it. If you're ever curious about how much is left in Quartzsite about the end of March, and really you talk to any of the vendors around there, they're pulling out April 15th is their last day. And everything kind of shuts down. There are a few that you could see still hang in and still and still weather the summer until the next winter. So lots of questions, and I'm let me see if I can go back and find that Miss Lamona right there. First of all, congrats on the decision to go full time and renting out. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Pros and cons of joining Thousand Trails. You know, that is a probably will become, I could see in the comments so many people talking about it. And I have to tell you, I've been a member since 2015, and then a Trails Collection member or that add-on. Now you have to have the trails or the Thousand Trails pass zone, at least the zone pass, just the regular zone pass, which I have had, and then you can add on, and I think it's about $425. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm a little off on all the prices this year because I just pay it. Whatever it is, I just pay it. I boondock over 200 days a year, but that 165 days, you can't get a better deal. You just can't. And I'm not sure what I would do without Thousand Trails. It kind of makes everything that I do possible. So why I still to this day, since 2015, have a Thousand Trails membership. So now, saying that, well, I'll go to the cons first, and the cons are they don't have parks in the middle of the country. They're starting, and including a couple of new ones. One is in Colorado. I think there's a couple of new ones. They're starting to get into the middle of the country. So if you want to use your Thousand Trails, you typically have to stay around the eastern seaboard, and excuse me, not the eastern, but the outside edge of the United States, from Oregon all the way to Maine. They're all the way around the outside. Let me see if I can pull up the map on my membership, if I can do that. And I can just kind of show you. Now that is kind of a con, because if you want to travel the interior of the United States, until you get over to the east, there's not much. And I'm just, while we're doing this, I'm just going ahead and pulling this up. and see if they give me some. I don't know if I'll get any prices here or not. They have gone up and they are a little more expensive each year. They go up a little bit in both the regular membership and the trails membership. And boy, this is, hopefully I've got a good signal. Um, my it's going slow. I'm trying to load it up there. Um, yeah, that's why you need RPI. Absolutely. And then I'm thinking about that, Don. The RPI isn't a free, not a freebie like the Thousand Trails is, but they are pretty darn reasonable. And Don, you could talk more on that than I can, but I think it's about $15 a night for those other parks on the RPI system. But you have to have the big membership to pull off that RPI. That's Resort Parks International. So let's see if we yeah, there we go. See if I can pull up the map and just kind of show you. Where is it? Where? There we go. Map is loading. Everything's taking a little bit longer tonight. So, um, so one of the other cons is and I don't know if they're still doing it. I haven't seen anybody complaining about it. They did kind of start cracking down on some of the older rigs, and a lot of the parks around the country have developed a 10-year rule, 10 years old. Otherwise, they need to check it out. I can tell you that I have never had a problem getting into any of the parks, and my rig is 20 years old this year. But let's see if I can just find it here. Yeah, there we go. Now we got it. So share screen, show us Thousand Trails. Here we go. Share that one. So you can see they've got a couple. Now this is a little misleading because there's not 3 in Colorado. I have tried to get into those. These are partner partner parks, and they just give a 10% discount on it. And they were quite spendy the last time. I don't want to say on the live what they are. Blue Mesa is the newest one, though, the newest edition they've got. I almost Colorado they have no cell signal there, so I thought, well, that's not gonna work for me. But if you look at the map, let's go ahead and pull it out. You can see that they pretty much, with the exception of Nevada, Oklahoma, 12 down at the bottom of Texas, 3 up mid. I've stayed at some of those. Arkansas, Tennessee, Alabama, and then going up, you can see there's a lot over there on the east. But this whole section in the middle there, the Midwest, is not really covered, and hopefully they will make that a little bit better. I did add on the trails collection for Florida when I went there, and I can tell you, look at all the ones around Florida. See if we can just go ahead, and you can see there's just so many of them around Florida. These are I added on the trails collection, and that made Florida wonderful to travel around, because there's not a lot of boondocking. There is some, and don't let anybody tell you there isn't. A lot of great wildlife management areas. around the state that you can stay at and you can boondock at. But you can see all these little blue palm trees are Encore parks. And I even stayed down here in Fort Myers. Um, I can't get Cape Coral. I didn't quite go that down that far, but that really made. I stayed at this one right here. That was Miami Everglades. Now some of these do charge $20 a night. Miami Everglades does, and Fiesta Key. I have I don't know what it takes to get into Fiesta Key, but then Sunshine Key down here, and I do plan on being down on the Keys about this time next year. So looking forward to doing that, and but you can see going up the eastern seaboard, there's plenty of parks to stay at as you travel up. I have a brother. My brother actually lives up here in New Hampshire. So you can see lots of parks even up by him, and a few in Maine. So lots of options, and looking forward to getting back that way this year. So after I make the trip to Oregon, I'll be headed out that way. So let's see here. But again, just one more view. So if that fits into your travel plans, Washington, Oregon, California, there's Nevada. That says two, but I know Las Vegas, Nevada is the only one that I'm not sure where the other one is a partner park over in St. George. So down here in Yuma, where I was, there's actually a number of parks down this way, and they are all great parks. They are all great parks to stay at, and really enjoyed those. So I've done videos on a lot of those, and I take advantage of it where I can. So now the other bad side of it. So let's go ahead and turn this off. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Here we go. No, I don't want to. I want to. Let's go full time here. I see Don. Don, you can talk about RPI. Let's bring Don on. By the way, this is an open mic night. Normally I do the last Sunday, and Don caught me last week. How you doing, Don?
Happy Easter, everybody. Go ahead.
Yeah, Don caught me last week, and he said, "Well, it's not the last Sunday of the month." There was two last Sundays of the month. So, Don, you can talk a little bit about the RPI, can't you?
I can. It's the only way I got into the Keys. I got to Fiesta Key. Matter of fact, I'll be in the Keys starting 22 days from now.
You will. Now
and I'll be there
explain how you got that.
Well, I made reservations some time ago at a state park down there for 7 days, and then not well within the last month, I made reservations at Fiesta Key for 7 days, and then Sunshine Keys a week later. Only way I could get into those is by RPI.
Yeah, those are really tough ones. I know that you can get into them off season because I've actually played around with it a little bit, and if you wanted to get into the Keys in June, you can.
Well, I tried just the other day to up my stay at Sunshine Key or get into it by by 1,000 Trails, and it wouldn't let me do it, and RPI would not let me up it. Actually, I did not try on 1,000 Trails because on the way out, I'm staying, I think it's a week at Miami Everglades, and I
Yeah.
can't go park to park. Keep in mind, folks, there's 300 different contracts written for 1,000 Trails. So not everyone has the same contract. Me, my trails collection, I can't go park to park and only have 60-day reservations. On my 1,000 Trails, I can go park to park and I have 180-day reservations. On my RPI, which is actually cheaper in southern Florida than Trails collection at $20 a day, RPI is only 15, whereas a lot of places in the country is only 10, and I can stay up to 14 days. uh, I can go park to park with my contract at RPIs, which is
Right.
a big help. Otherwise, I couldn't go from Fiesta Key to Sunshine Key like I'm
Right.
doing. But I do recommend it. I think it's $165 every 2 years, but don't get me the line on that. Uh,
Yeah.
I know that my total cost each year is $950, and I think my 1,000 Trails reservation is like $490 a year. It's locked in or something because I bought a used package. Now I did upgrade it about a year and a half ago, which I kind of wish I didn't, but it does give me a 180-day reservation window, and it does give me park to park on the RPIs.
Yeah.
So in the Trails collection, again, I'm not sure how much. I know the grand total is right at $950 a year
Yeah.
for all three. Um, so
Yeah.
um,
Now there's now I don't know where you did buy your first membership
used,
used, and that is possible, and you
and
retain that everything, most things about that. Some of those, when you buy them used, you actually lose a little bit of some of the features of that.
well,
Um,
on mine again, there's 300 different contracts. I've been told. On mine, I could sold it one more time, but when I upgraded it, now it can be sold two more times. I also get perks like cruises and cabins for free, cruises at a deep discount, which I
right.
have not looked into, and I don't know if I'll ever use it, even though I'd love to go on some cruises.
Right.
But if you'd like, I can show you a map of the RPIs.
Oh yeah, well, if you would, if you can share that with us.
I can.
There is a question about that. WCRV Adventures asks, "What's the reservation?" So we talk about the reservation windows real quick. Let's just put it out there. When you buy a regular pass, this is the bare bones pass, and you have a 14-day stay limit. You have to be out for 7 days, and then you can come back into the parks. So 14 in, 7 out. Now, with the bigger packages, you can get up to, I think some of them have 28 days. You have one
Yep.
of the 28 days,
No, I got 21 days for the thousand
21 days.
trails, not for the encores. And
Right,
when I upgraded that, I knew I was coming to Florida and I wanted a 180-day window. But silly me, I didn't look at the map and realize there's only 3,000 trails in all of Florida. And during the prime season, which is like middle December to middle April, you only can do two stays for 14 days at those three.
right,
So, and that's Peace River, which is where I'm going when I leave here Friday for 16 days. Uh, Thousand Trails Orlando and Three Flags. That's the only three in all Florida. See, these people know what they're doing. They really do. So if
yeah,
I'd paid attention, I don't know if I'd have upgraded that. But that 180-day window really comes in handy at times. I wouldn't even probably got into those three without it. Of
Yeah.
course, the one I'm going to when I leave here, I think it's out. That park is past their peak time. That's why I get that third stay. And then
Right.
when I come back out of the Keys, I'm going to plan on staying probably all three of those again. I'm
Yeah.
away out of town about a week at each one, I think.
Yeah.
I already have reservations. But anyhow, uh,
Most of the parks most so there was a question here real quick, most of the parks are free. You do stay for free.
right.
With the exception of a few of the Encore parks, they are with the Trails collection. They are $20 a night. I don't think that's actually gone up since they started the program.
And that's almost exclusively in southern Florida. Most parks throughout the country, there's no charge.
Yeah,
RPIs, there is. It's usually
yeah.
around
No,
10
no
bucks.
electric. There's there. You don't pay any. The only thing you pay a little bit extra for, I think, you have a trailer occasionally that you have to park,
Sometimes
and
they want me to park it separate, which I really don't like. And they're getting more and more like that. And Thousand Trails, in my opinion, is starting to take away the amenities like packages. It's $5 a package, which can add up when you order from Amazon.
right,
Uh,
right,
and I'm sorry, when you're full time, you either what are you going to do? I mean,
yeah,
general
sure,
delivery. I've never tried. I'm on a motorcycle. If it's big, it would be even tough that way. But if
right,
you like, I can show you that map real quick. I think I can
sure.
figure out how to do this. Let me
Yeah,
see
and
if
I'll while you do that, I'll talk a little bit about because this is a great topic. A lot of people have questions on Thousand Trails, and thank you guys. I can't show everybody's comments, but I see people answering some of the questions and some of the things in the comments. So I just we're I'm limited on as much as we can talk, but I I I know that they don't typically charge extra at these parks. A few of them do have, if you want 50 amp hookups, they charge a little bit extra, anywhere between $3 and $5 a night. And then on for pets, some of them do have extra fee for pets if you bring your pets. So something to think about. But by and large, they're typically free. You don't even pay for electricity. It is all included in your stay. So
did
um,
my
there was
did my
WCRV Adventures asked Don, what is the reservation window for RPI for
60
the Keys?
days for me.
How much?
Did y'all get to see that map?
Let
Did y'all get to see the
me.
map?
I missed that. How many days?
I only have a 60-day. Yeah, I
Okay.
only have a 60
Okay.
day. Now, this is the parks. Keep in mind, some of these are also Thousand Trails or Encore parks. Pardon me. They do overlap, but sometimes when you can't get in a park by one way, you can get in the other way.
Sure.
So, and keep in mind, they're not the same sites. They may have 10 RPI sites in the park, and that's all can stay in those sites,
Yeah.
or vice
Yeah.
versa. So be
Right.
aware of that. But I think it's a great add-on, uh, and it really I can't tell you how many nights I've used it because when I upgraded a year and a half ago, I lost my history because they give you a new account. When I upgraded these, they gave me a new account for Thousand Trails, a new sign in, a new account for RPIs, a new sign in. Now you do have to buy what's it called, tokens or something, and
Right.
you use one per stay, no matter how long you stay. But it's like 20. There's like $1 a piece,
Right. Right. Right.
you know.
our vision nomadic living. That's Sean and Angie. They said that you can jump on the regular pass. You can stay at the parks 4 nights and go park to park, so you don't have to wait the 7 days out. I've only done that one time with 4 parks there in the middle of California. They're kind of in a diamond pattern, and I did find that was a lot of traveling. But if you're just traveling from coast to coast and you want to do just 4 nights and go to the next park and stay 4 nights, you can. That is an option that you can do with just the regular pass. So,
I've heard that, but I've not ever gotten that to work.
oh, is that right? Yeah, yeah,
And I'm sure I didn't try hard enough or know what I was doing. But I mean, for example, I would love to add 4 more days to Sunshine Keys on Thousand Trails,
right,
and then go to, you know, I think you can't go. I think if I did 4 more days there, which I'd probably have to move sites, which I don't do usually,
right,
uh,
right.
and then go to Miami Everglades, I think there I could only stay 4 days because I don't think you can do 4 days and then you're 14 or 7 or whatever. I think you got to keep them 4 to 4. Am I right on that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's why I
and
couldn't get it to work.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, WCRV adventure. Yeah. So Sean and Angie has said that I should clarify, if you stay 4 nights or less, you can jump park to park, and go straight to the park. I just found even at 4 days, it was a lot of traveling. So it was, it it was it was a lot more moving than I'm used to doing. So
Hey, Dave, try 10 travel days in a row. I think my record is 11 or 12.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I don't mind boondocking it, but going into parks, setting up, and then then packing up and leaving and
Yeah.
going, to the
No,
next one. It just it was quite a bit. So
no,
only did it
no.
one time, and
Now,
WTRV
sometimes,
Adventures. Oh, go ahead.
go ahead. Well, I was going to say sometimes I do want to stay a minimum of 3 days, or it's not worth me to unload a motorcycle.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely,
You know,
absolutely. So WCRV Adventures says, with RPI, I was told the reservation window was different depending on the park. Is that true?
I've never heard that. Mine is 60 days, at least
So
every
it's
one
been
I've tried.
pretty consistent.
Uh, I think it's the same on. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't
Right,
know who
right.
told them that, and I don't know how you check it. I guess you call them. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
it sounds like you're calling Thousand Trails, but they try to keep them separate. Different, but it's all set up the same. And to be honest with you, one time I swear, and I swear one time a Thousand Trails person helped me with RPI uh, reservation at the same time. I swear it happened, but I think they would deny it if you asked them. Matter of
but
fact, I
it's so
just
they
asked.
so they operate pretty independently of each other,
They
is what
say
you're
they're
saying.
different. These are people that's working out of their homes and they're
Right.
they're contract labor or whatever. Probably get paid per call, but
Yeah.
yeah, and they don't have. But I think some of them double up and do
Right.
both. And I
Yeah.
think I got one of those that one time.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. Let's see. Some of the parks on the East Coast are. Oh yeah. So our Sean and Angie said they do it all the time. They do that 444. The East Coast are not that far apart. Timothy Lake North, Timothy Lake South are only a mile apart. There are a few of those where they're very close to each other, and it's pretty easy. I think for me it is just a matter of packing and unpacking and then packing back up and moving again. So
It's
Yeah.
not jumping in your car and moving, a 10-minute drive like most
Right.
people, if they don't RV, know it's not even close to that. You can't even drive it the same. You
Right.
can't. You got to pack up. You got to unpack. You got to move stuff around. If you got
Yeah.
slides, especially, it's not the same. It makes for a longer day than normal.
It does. It does. Uh,
That's
yeah,
why I
that
don't understand people who drive 4, 5, or 600 miles in a day, and then they got to do all that other stuff on top of it. I mean, I even load my motorcycle and barbecue pit and everything up and everything that I can the day
right.
before.
Right. Don, I only made it 30 miles. All right. So
Yeah,
I only made it 30 miles, and then I was thinking about it having we got a little bit of a sunset happening here.
yeah,
Not
you
too
do.
bad. Yeah. Um the 444 is only for TT, not Encore. Yeah. So that is
Well,
an important point right there because Encore and Thousand Trails are, even though I think they're owned by Leisure. Uh, no, what is the name of it? Oh, I'm drawing a blank, but they're owned by the same company. The Trails collection, the way that works is you have to be out for 7 days. It doesn't matter whether you stay a day or 14 days. You have to be out for 7 days to go into the next park. And correct me if I'm wrong, that includes the big memberships as well.
no, I can go park to park on my Thousand Trails. I can go 21
On
days and I can go
on
to
the
the next
Thousand
park.
Trails, but on the Encore, on the Trails collection.
Or on the Encore, I only can do 14 and I can't go park to park.
Right.
So the 4x4, that's why it don't work. If you got to do 1,000 trails, it don't matter to me because I can go park to park to park to park all I want,
Yeah, on the Thousand Trails. Right.
and I don't have to worry about 4 days. I can go to 21 every time if I want to. But the
Right.
encores, I was thinking they was saying you can do 4 days on the encores, which is the thousand trails collection. By the way,
Right.
it's the same.
Right.
Uh, and I don't know why they don't want to be called Thousand Trail. I mean, listen, people who have figured this out over the last several decades know how to make the money. Okay, so it's to their benefit the reason why they do this. And if you ask them or say something about Thousand Trails, that's not even who owns these parks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can't remember the name, but it's I tell you what, I can tell you, if you'd like to talk to a head guy, I'd be happy to share his phone number. One of the head
Yeah,
guys
go
in the
ahead.
company. Let me see if I can find it. I've
Right.
never called it, but don't tell him where you got it.
Well, and I can tell you also while you're getting that information, I can tell you that if you are looking for, like you said, there's over 300 different Thousand Trails memberships that have been sold over the years.
Yeah.
And each one of them can be different depending on if it was sold, how old it is. There's a variety of factors. So it gets really hard to tell the details on each one. There is a website, and that is, I believe the name of it is membershipoutlets.com. And I'm not sponsored by them. I've never actually dealt with them, but I have heard from other YouTubers over the years dealing with them. They are straight up, they know all of the memberships and they can tell you the ins and outs. If you're thinking about buying one used, they can give you all the ins and outs of doing that. So
Is that Kenneth and his daughter or something?
yeah, I think you're right there.
I've got their phone numbers if you like.
Sure, go ahead and throw it out there.
All right, this is Thousand Trails for used membership, Kenneth, and I forget his daughter's name. It's 407 873 1953. Here, I'll type it in. His name is Kenneth, And this is 407 873 1953. And if you would like the number of the head of marketing for Thousand Trails, it said it failed the post because it's a phone number, I'll bet you.
Oh, okay. Did you say the phone number? I was reading those.
Yeah, well, Kenneth's phone number for the used sales packages is 407 873. Let's see, I'm going to do it this way 407 Kenneth 873. And I'm going to put words in between 1953. See if that will send. No, it will not send. I
That's
wonder if I can
okay.
send it over. Let me try it over here. Kenneth?
Well, and again, membership outlets is I don't know if that's the same as Kenneth, but that is a good place to go. We're running out of time, but Jim and Sue said they with their adventure pass can go park to park with the Encore.
Hey, it post over here. What now? They're oh yeah. If you want to pay $20,000 membership, yeah, you can.
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing is, it does sound like a lot of money. Now, the funny thing is, when I first started thinking about doing this, I thought about buying 3 pieces of property around the country that I could park the RV at and have 3 pieces of property around the country. I can tell you that the cost to buy and pay the taxes on 3 pieces of property around this country, and that would only be 3, would have far exceeded $20,000. And for this money, for that money, you do have a resellable asset. So,
Right.
I have heard the
For
pros
about
and
half
cons.
price.
Yeah, yeah, and da, 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 da. Yeah, there it is right there. Kimberly is the owner's sister at Campground Membership Outlet. She is great and honest. Tell her next exit and I get $40.
I think it's either a sister or her father. I think it's her father.
Yeah, well, that's Bob there. I'm not going to argue with Bob. I say it's the sister. So there you go. Tell him
Well,
tell him
they
that I
may
gave
all
him a
be all three.
tell them that I gave a thumbs up on the live. So that. Speaking of which, and then we got to wrap this up because we're already 3 minutes over time. No, oh, brother and sister. Brother and sister. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Mention or use a reference for your favorite YouTuber or favorite friend that has Thousand Trails, and they will get a little something from Thousand Trails for sending you there. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but send something to us. So yeah, and I should put that in my YouTube
Yep.
on my YouTube details, just so that if you ever looking for that, maybe I'll do that tonight and add that on there. So
I
all
also,
right, well,
hey, before you say goodbye, Dave,
okay.
by the way, happy birthday. Uh, Gary
Thanks a
Collins.
lot, Don.
Gary Collins is the head of marketing, and his number is, and I shared it in the comments. But his
Yeah,
number is 941-545-7614.
fantastic, fantastic. There you go. Well, I think that is going to wrap this one up, guys. I always appreciate you coming on, Don. And it's funny. I think I saw Lamona. She felt bad that she hijacked the live. That's not the way we work here. You didn't
No,
hijack. There it is
What we're
right
here
there.
for, right?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
you're
no,
here for, Dave, is to
that
help,
that
right?
is that is exactly why we're here. And that created some good conversation, and exactly what we do. So um, if you have anything else to add on, if you're watching the live later, if you want to comment down in the comments, uh, put it down there. It's a topic everybody. I personally, I don't know what I would do without Thousand Trails. I would not be spending the kind of money that they're wanting to stay in some of these parks. So I definitely wouldn't be staying 14 days at a time. So my life would be drastically different if I wasn't doing that. So
Yeah, I mean, there's no way unless you don't use it. There's no way you can lose money.
no, that's the only. If you don't use it, that's where they make money on you. But otherwise, no. I honestly, I go to some of those parks, and I know I am using in that 14 days. I'm using at least $60 worth of electricity, and because I've they have a meter on them, and I've watched that meter, and sure enough,
Yep.
I mean, so I know they're not making a lot of money on me.
No, but they make them on the weekenders that don't use their package but once a year,
Right.
if
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah.
that's where they're making the money.
And you know what? And even then, though, if you use that about 10, I think it's about 10 days, it pays for the package. I mean, if you can use it more than 10 days, it pays for the package. So,
Well,
uh,
they make money on the washer and dryer, at least from most people. I know they don't from you, Dave, but
right, right. And the $5 packages from Amazon. That's what they're
wow, Thousand Trails Orlando, I guarantee is pulling in 1,500 a week easily.
Uh, yeah. All right, Don, hang on. We'll talk to you after the
All
show
right.
here, but we're saying goodbye to everybody. Last
Happy
word of the
Easter.
night's going to Bill, who got the first word of the night. He's going to get the last word of the night. Save travels all. Take care. Hope you all had a good Easter. Live life full time. We'll see you guys next time. I don't even know where I'm going to be. Someplace up by Las Vegas, I think. I don't know. We'll see. Take care, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
All right. I